I'm going to be making Picadillo. I think that's how you say it. You're going to need white rind, ground beef, olive oil, cumin, onions, olives, onion powder, garlic powder, tomato paste, tomato sauce, salt, pepper, bay leaves, and bell peppers of your choice. You can also add raisins, but I really don't like raisins, so I didn't use it. So I'm just going to start off with putting some olive oil in my pan to start sauteing my onions. I'm going to let my onions get a little translucent, and then add my bell peppers in there. And then at the very end, I'm going to add the garlic because I don't want the garlic to cook too long and get bitter. I used about 2 pounds of ground beef that I got from my local supermarket. It was pretty cheap. I think I paid like $4 for the 2 pounds. So you just saute your vegetables until they're translucent. And I looked at other videos on how to do this, and some people did it different, but this is just the way I did. You don't have to season your ground beef because after you put it in the pan, you're going to. So the only thing I really did is just sprinkle some salt and pepper and a little bit of complete seasoning on the top of my ground beef. And then I put it in the pan and I let it cook with the vegetables. Make sure your vegetables are translucent already before you put in the ground beef. I don't really like olives either, but I don't think you can really make this dish without the olives, so I added it in there. And to make it a little spicy, you can put some crushed red peppers or some cayenne in it. I really didn't want it spicy, so I chose not to. And with my seasonings, I don't use a certain amount. I kind of just season it to taste, and if I need more, I just keep tasting it and see what I need to add. So that's why I'm not showing a certain amount. And again, I really just use salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, oregano, yeah, what I showed in the beginning of the video. So I don't know if you want to go back and push pause. I ended up using a little bit of complete seasoning, which is not in the beginning. I didn't think I was going to, but couldn't help myself. Once the ground beef was almost done, I added my Spanish olives. Make sure that you don't put the seed in it. So I kind of just took a knife and cut around the seed and chopped them up into big pieces. And I added the olives before the tomato paste and tomato sauce. And I also let my ground beef cook almost all the way before I added the tomato sauce and tomato paste. I know some people make the sauce and then put it on there before the ground beef cooks, but this was just my way of doing it. You can try either way. With the tomato paste, I only used like a half a can, and I think that's only a 8-ounce bottle. I used a whole can of tomato sauce, and I think that's like a 8-ounce or 16-ounce tomato sauce. The white wine I used was Pinto Grigio, and I didn't use a lot of white wine really. I just added enough to so it wouldn't stick to the bottom. It was just my liquid. In replace of white wine, I think it would be good to try some beef broth, or you can even just put water. After I got my liquid all the way in there, I added a couple bay leaves. I think I just used like 4 or 5 bay leaves. You probably can get away with just like 2 or 3. But make sure you have enough liquid, because after you're done with this, the food kind of looks done. But you have to let it cook some so the seasonings can really marinate in the meat and stuff. So before adding the bay leaves, you should make sure you have enough juice in there to let it cook, and you don't want it to stick to the bottom. I felt like it needed a little white pepper, so that's what you see me doing now. And again, you don't have to use all the seasonings I used, but then I let it simmer for about 40 minutes, 30 minutes while I made the rice, and this is the finished look. And I just ate it over white rice.